When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Welcome on in. Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com. Let me know if you can hear me okay today. We're dealing with some luggage that did not make it back to Boise. So we have none of the lights. We have none. We have some of the equipment, but not all of it. So had a tight connection last night coming back to Boise. And my son and I made it, but our bags did not. So sorry if the technology is a little less than it usually is as we're pushing through today. But got a good show for you nonetheless. David Moats, the Director of Operations, former Director of Operations, is going to join us. He now has a new role as the Director of Recruiting as the basketball team continues to invest in the upgrades for the basketball team. They now have added 2 full-time positions in the last 2 years, and we're going to talk to David Moats about his new role, about adding Michael Johnson as the Director of Operations. So looking forward to catching up with David Moats here in a little bit. The countdown is on. 7 days till football fall camp starts. 7 days now until the first practice a week from today. We're only 5 days away from Media Day on Monday, where Coach Avalos, all the assistant coaches will talk on Monday. So you'll have tons of wall-to-wall coverage with all of that. We'll get all those interviews posted to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're posting, you're subscribing to that YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. It's pretty easy. youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. Once fall camp gets going here, we're going to have all of our interviews, raw press conference audio. So if, Tim Blau talks for 15 minutes, we may only play 2 or 3 minutes on the show, but we'll post all 15 minutes to our YouTube channel. So make sure you are please subscribing to that YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. It takes about 2 seconds. You just click subscribe, and then you can click the notification button. I think it's a bell or something. And then that way you can also get notified when we go live with live shows. So we may be having to change the timing. We're working on that. I know 9 a.m. has kind of been the time we've set, moving forward here, but they're going to have some morning practices, I believe, for fall camp. So we will be letting you know the new time of the live broadcast, but we will still try to have a daily live broadcast throughout fall camp. We'll have some highlights. We'll have interviews. We'll talk about, position battles and all the stories of fall camp. So wall-to-wall coverage of fall camp. By the way, we are going to have a special promo code for fall camp, but the one that's still active for now is Media Days. So just use the promo code Media Days, and you get a full year of subscription at BroncoNationNews.com for just $52, $1 a week. $1 a week helps us get on the road, helps us go to all the road football and basketball games, helps us, be able to pay Jay Tust and John Mallory and Mike Prater and Colin Mitchell and all those folks that are helping us out right now. So if you can help us out, $1 a week, $52 gets you a full year subscription. A lot of the printed stories are going behind the paywall once fall camp starts here. So these are a free service to you. These YouTube, social media broadcasts, these are obviously free. We hope that you'll support the sponsors and make this happen. But a lot of the website material, a lot of my feature stories, and a lot of the recruiting stuff is going behind the paywall starting with fall camp. So we would hope that you'd consider a subscription. Again, $52. Get in now with that promo code Media Days for a 1-year subscription, and we would really appreciate that. You can go subscribe at BroncoNationNews.com. I assume the audio is working because we're about 10 comments in, and none of the comments have chimed in yet saying they can't hear me, which is good. So Dayton say good morning. We got Kurt Blake chiming in. Good morning to my wife, who is watching back in St. Louis, it looks like. And, of course, Rudy has his chat going with Kurt Blake. We always enjoy seeing that. But Kurt chimes in, as usual, Talon Green, please. So we'll see. Looking forward to that battle for the number 2 quarterback spot. Is it going to be Talon Green? Is it going to be Sam Vidlak? There was a little bit of news this morning. I'm not a big watch season guy. And again, we're going to talk to David Moats and talk basketball here in a little bit. But we're starting with football talk because, again, we're only 7 days away from the start of fall camp. And I'm not a big watch season list guy. I mean, you can basically get on a watch list if your school fills out the form for you. But there have been some watch list stuff coming out, and just wanted to quickly update those. George Halani is on the list for the Maxwell Award. It's for the best player in the country, as well as the Doak Walker Award for the best running back award. J.L. Skinner is on the Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back, the Bronco Nagurski Award for the best defensive player. John Ojukwu and Scott Matlock on the Outland Trophy award, which is for the best lineman, offensive or defensive. And then just this morning, it came out that Jonah Dalmas was selected for the Lou Groza watch list for the best kicker in the country. And Jonah was a semifinalist for that award last year. Probably should have been a finalist, but did not make this, make the finals list. Rudy's asking Coach Moats if they're looking for players. Rudy actually taped the interview yesterday, so he's running a youth camp right now for kids and was unable to do it live. So we taped the interview yesterday, and that specific question did not come up, but we did talk about the team and how they're looking going into next season. A lot of great stuff from David Moats that we'll get to here in a couple of minutes. But first, a quick word from our sponsors over at Lithia Ford.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that.
See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
One of the reasons I'm most excited about being back in Boise, I think most on here know, but my wife's a traveling nurse, and so my kids have been and her have been staying in St. Louis all summer. So I've kind of been going back and forth. I think I made 4 different trips to St. Louis, this summer. I am back for good now, so back for fall camp and ready to go and lock in here for the season. But one of the reasons I'm excited to be back is I'll be heading to Lithia Ford and hopefully purchasing a new vehicle here in the near future. So I am excited to talk to Jim Sturk over there and purchase a new vehicle at Lithia Ford. My truck has kind of reached the end. So if you're looking to do that, the fall kickoff sale, Lithia Ford, you can check them out, lithiafordboise.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, the official bank of Bronco Nation News. Check them out. We appreciate their support with Bronco Nation News. We got some exciting things we're working on for tailgate parties for the season. More details and announcements to come, but come party with us. The live pregame show. We're going to have some exciting details near Albertson Stadium with Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out online, iccu.com, and Transportation Compliance Service as well. If you're looking to get into the trucking industry or become a truck driver, they can help you every step of the way. They're based in the Treasure Valley here, but they're signing up clients around the United States every day, 50 to 70 of them a day, in fact. So check them out, transcomservice.com, all the different things you need to get out there towing that first load, the permits and all that great stuff. They can help you out, so make sure to check them out. And, of course, rowpaint.com as well, our title sponsor here at Bronco Nation News. Their concrete coatings, it's a perfect time to get it done. With the fall here, it's going to be great to sit outside on your back patio. Take that ugly cement slab and get it covered with the one-day concrete coating from rowpaint.com. You will not be disappointed. I've got them, they've done my patio and my garage, and it's fabulous every time. So appreciate rowpaint.com. Make sure you check them out as well. We're 7 days from fall camp, so if anybody's got the best number 7 in Boise State history, go ahead and get those in. We'll read some of those suggestions. The best number 7 in Boise State history, as we are now just 7 days away from the start of Boise State football fall camp. We are excited for that. And there's a lot of position battles, a lot of things going on. And one of them is going to be at corner, where you've got 4 corners that have all started at least, I think, 3 or 4 games last year. You've got Caleb Biggers, obviously, who came in midway through the season and did pretty well. You've got, Tyreek LaBeouf, who started early in the season, kind of lost his spot. Keanohi Kaniho came on late in the season, did very well. And then you got Markel Reed coming off an injury, who was a guy that last year, was supposed to finally be the guy and then got hurt again. So we'll see if Markel Reed can finally be happy or be healthy out there on the field. I'm sure he's happy. He's always smiling, but I know it's a big year for Markel Reed that we've talked about. But Caleb Biggers has a chance to really solidify himself. Second year coming over from Bowling Green. And here was Andy Avalos at Media Days talking about Caleb Biggers.
His overall game, his being able to come in and he said it best, just being efficient within the craft, him learning how to be efficient since he's been at Boise State, both how to study film, the things he needs to do within to manage and grow and develop, his techniques, whether he's playing at the line of scrimmage, off the line of scrimmage, and what he did in spring ball. He didn't get a lot of work in spring ball, first off, because they didn't throw over there very much. And he did a really good job, which is exciting because it breeds a competition over there now. And looking forward to him making another jump in this fall camp. Yeah.
A lot of talk in the spring about Caleb Biggers, so keep an eye on him. I think he's a guy that obviously has made big strides, and I think is going to be a guy that really could be a leader of that cornerback room. If I had to pick right now, I'd go Caleb Biggers and Markel Reed as the two starting corners, but that obviously is going to be one of the more intriguing battles as we move forward in fall camp. Kurt Blake chiming in Ryan Dinwiddie as the best number 7 in Boise State history. Probably not a bad guess there. You got A.J. Richardson was number 7 in recent years. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else was number 7. But if you got a guess or a thought on the best number 7 in Boise State history, go ahead and get that out there. By the way, movie night on the Blue Friday night. I'm going to be taking my 5-year-old. So if any of you guys are there or are planning to go, definitely let me know. Hopefully we'll run into you on the Blue. The Sandlot, I believe, is starting at 7 o'clock on Friday night. They're playing that on the Blue. And I think the doors open at 6 to Albertson Stadium. There's going to be some fun games and things. I took my son last year, I believe it was, both of my kids, to the movie last year, but they're doing it again. It's the Sandlot this year, so head out Friday night to the Blue. It's free. You can just go sit on the Blue and watch a movie, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I will be taking my 5-year-old. He loves Sandlot, and so it's a perfect movie to be taking him to see on Friday night on the Blue. Kurt Blake chiming in Marcel Yates. I did not remember or know that Marcel Yates was number 7, so there you go. That's certainly a name, a blast from the past. But we're 7 days from the start of fall camp, and we'll certainly have you covered with all of the football news and notes as we move forward with fall camp. Another vote for Ryan Dinwiddie. But I do want to get to the David Moats interview, talk some basketball. But before that, I do want to tell you about a couple more of our great sponsors. Please support the sponsors, folks. I know maybe you'd rather hear the talk and the sponsors in the middle of the show gets a little repetitive, but we can't have these live free shows without the great support from our sponsors. So please support the sponsors. Help keep Bronco Nation News going. If you need a dentist, go check out Boise Dentistry Co. If you need, an insurance agent, check out UCI. Head to Ridley's. Buy something at the Blue and Orange store. And when you do, please tell them you heard about it on Bronco Nation News and that you're supporting Bronco Nation News because it really does matter. It really does help. So Boise Dentistry Co. locations across the Treasure Valley. Full family dentistry is what they're proud of, not just, kids or whatever. So your grandma, your grandpa, your son, your grandkid, anybody can go to Boise Dentistry Co. Locations across the Treasure Valley, all the newest technology. They make going to the dentist fun. Check them out, BoiseDentistryCo.com. Another, we use the sponsors here. I don't just take money from folks and use a sponsor. I take sponsors that I want to work with and want to, use myself. And this is another one. We use Boise Dentistry Co. We are now a client of United Commercial Insurance. So we have our workers' comp and all of our insurance for the business through them. And it was a very easy process, all done online over the course of a couple of days via email and filling out some forms. But it was very easy, very painless process. UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. They're based in the Treasure Valley, but they can write business insurance policies in 44 states around the country. So check them out online, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com, or give them a call, 229-8222. Ask for Brandon. A quick 5-minute call could save you hundreds of dollars on your business insurance. Ridley's Family Markets as well. ShopRidleys.com. Locations across the Treasure Valley. We appreciate them. The at-home shopping, the Skip app, all that great stuff. Check them out. Ridley's Family Markets. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Get all that new gear for fall camp. all the new Nike coaches apparel, all that great stuff. Check them out, theblueandorangestore.com. Free shipping on any order over $40, so make sure to check them out. And last but not least, playtimberstone.com is where you can book your tee time for Timberstone Golf Course. Great weather right now. Get out there and play golf. It's going to be a great fall to play golf as well, and they can get your tee time at playtimberstone.com. A great course, one of the top courses in the Valley, and just appreciate Tad and Kelly and their support, and get on out there. Everybody that's never played there, once they play it, they said, oh, this place is amazing. I got to come back. And so it's worth the drive. Get out there, Timberstone Golf Course, and we appreciate, again, their support of Bronco Nation News. We're going to hear from David Moats, and again, I apologize, folks, for the lack of I don't even know what the right word is. We don't have the studio lights, which makes me look all pretty. We don't have some of the other stuff. Southwest Airlines could not quickly get my bags on the plane last night on the connection, so our bags missed the connection, but I made it at least, so I'm here, and we will get a little more of the studio feel and all the rest of the equipment that didn't make it back. We're on like kind of a small skeleton setup here for today, so hopefully that is okay, but big news earlier with David Moats. So we reported it last week. I think Boise State announced it on Monday. David Moats has been with the program for 5 years. He got promoted to the director of recruiting. And it's not just the fact that David Moats, is getting a new role. It's the fact that they're adding a role. So second off season in a row, they've added somebody to the basketball staff. You talk about investment. You talk about trying to push the basketball program to new heights and move forward and capitalize off this success they had last year. Well, this is the second year in a row they've added a full-time position behind the scenes. I know it may not seem like a big deal, but adding this position helps free up the coaches a little bit and allows them to take some, make some more inroads in recruiting and player development that they've been unable to do. They added Lexus Williams last offseason. Now they add David Moats, or at least promote David Moats, and then add in Michael Johnson, who was an assistant coach at the College of Idaho. He's from the Treasure Valley, and he goes down to work at Utah Valley the last 3 years under Mark Madsen. Now he comes in as the director of operations. David Moats gets promoted to a newly created role that allows him to do some more recruiting, some more player development on the court, and you're just adding – I do these Lindy's magazine stories, and I was looking at like the Texas Tech coaching staff. They've got like 30 people on there. I mean, it's ridiculous how many analysts and senior, analysts and associate whatevers are on some of these Power 5 staffs. Well, Boise State is slowly starting to add some folks behind the scenes. You had Lexus Williams last year. Now you add Michael Johnson as you promote David Moats. And so slowly but surely this stuff is going to start to matter and start to pay off here for Boise State basketball. So Let's see David Moats, the new director of recruiting. Here's my interview with David Moats from yesterday on his new role. Well, we get a chance for a couple of minutes to catch up with the new director of recruiting for the Boise State men's basketball team, David Moats. David, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate your time and congratulations on the new role.
No, thanks for having me. We're excited. We're excited to get another position and excited to get this role off the ground. So excitement in Bronco family right now.
Tell us about how this kind of came about. And I know you've obviously, you've got big aspirations of, becoming an assistant coach, maybe a head coach someday. And you obviously biding your time in that director of ops role, but, waiting for the right opportunity. And how did all this kind of come about?
Yeah. Coach Rice is so good about, helping his coaches, progress and move along. And he's been so good with me and in my progression. And so as we sat down and talked about this, we really thought that bringing in a, director of basketball operations that was as good as Michael Johnson is to come and take over a ton of stuff. It would free up some room for me to do some other stuff. And so that's been great, and it's gonna just create more time for me to recruit and be with the guys and scout and just do other stuff other than the ops stuff. And so he's helped just take some stuff off my plate, and I'm able to create this role, and it's going to be good.
And I know we'd see you out there doing a lot of stuff, what you could within the rules at practice. But I mean, you're a basketball coach at heart, and a lot of your duties as the operations guy is booking the flights and the meals and things like that. And I'm sure you got a lot of great experience and got to, be up close to a lot of this. But I mean, it sounds like this is more in the direction you want to go in terms of actually being a coach on the floor and a recruiter and things like that.
For sure. No, it is a coach. It's the rules have opened up enough where if a coach is on the road, I can be on the court with the guys, and I can text and call recruits. I've been on the road, went to Indy and recruited, and stuff is turning and getting into place. So the title is great. Director of recruiting is great. Assistant coach is great, but I am a coach, and coach has created this spot for me to, grow and coach and thrive here. And I have aspirations of jumping into that coaching role and have had opportunities to, but, love Boise and love Coach Rice's, projection for me and this program. And so I trust him and trust where this thing is going. And so I'm happy to be here.
Obviously, the team coming off a historic season, 27 wins, the most in program history, a team that goes to the NCAA tournament. I know the optimism obviously is high again, and you guys are trying to kind of, keep the momentum going, keep building this thing. We'll get, I guess, to that in a second, but I guess just for folks out there, what exactly, you're called the director of recruiting, but what all exactly are you going to be doing?
Yeah, for the first month or two, just kind of walking Michael through all the op stuff and getting him set up with this year's stuff, but transitioning into recruiting our players and future Broncos. So making sure our players are taken care of at home base, with the transfer portal, that's huge. Making sure you spend time with our guys, making sure their needs are met, making sure what we promised them in the recruiting process is met, or even better than what we said. And so that's number one, is being with our guys and just having the time to recruit our own players and make sure their time here at Boise State is unbelievable. In terms of their living, their on the court stuff, all of that. So a lot of my time will go into that. And then outsourcing a bunch of stuff with new graphics, hitting recruits, hitting AAU coaches, local high school coaches. We ran a team camp for the first time in 10 years and got that off the ground and invited a ton of local teams to get onto campus and see campus and be a part of this. We have a elite camp coming up on Saturday, and I'm lead of that. And we're bringing in about 50 kids, and 15 of those guys have Division I offers right now that'll be on campus this Saturday and be a part of this, and we can show them campus and they're part of the camp. So just doing little things like that and really highlighting our program right now and capitalizing on our wins. That's my number one thing. And then continuing to develop players on the court with this stuff. And then once gameplay comes, it'll just free my time up to help the assistant scout and really dive into player personnel on the other side, and just being another, set of eyes looking at these teams and really diving in. And I think that'll help us in the long run.
So you have no restrictions in terms of whether it be contact with recruits or texting or calling. The only restriction is potentially you guys can only have a certain number of coaches on the road, I guess, at once, or how does that all work?
Yeah, all the rules keep changing and all the rules keep adapting. With COVID, there's different rules now. There's blanket waivers in place from the NCAA, and there's another one coming out August 1st that's going to allow everyone to be able to call and text. So in the confines of the rule book, I can call and text and be in contact with them. Depending on what our coaching staff is doing, if there's a circumstance, I can get on the road and recruit. But yeah, mainly it's recruiting from this seat here. And, within the rule book, I'm going to toe that line and go all out with it.
David Moats, our guest for a couple more minutes here. He's the new director of recruiting. Spent the last, 5 years, 4 years?
5 years.
5 years as the director of operations under Coach Leon Rice. You've seen some NBA players. You've seen some NCAA tournament games. You've been a part of a Mountain West championship. What has your time in Boise meant to you, 5+ years now. And like I said, and like you said, you had opportunities to go elsewhere, but you wanted to stay here and wanted to see this thing through, at least for the time being. What obviously must mean that you're enjoying your time, working with the Broncos here in Boise.
No, I absolutely love it. And during my time here, our staff has been unbelievable. Like right now, we have 3 Division I head coaches sitting above me. And so if I go somewhere else, I'm not learning from people better than that. Roberto Bergeson is the best player development coach. He's an NBA guy who's played overseas, who's seen everything, who's come back, has seen every workout known to man, has been on the court with everyone. And then, 3 standing Division I head coaches that I get to learn from. So I'm in heaven. I come to work. I'm young. I want to be a coach, but I'm sitting here just picking their brain and seeing how they're doing stuff. And it's been like that for 5 years and just growing. Going somewhere else and diving in, sure, get my feet wet, but I'm gaining value and wealth and knowledge here. And Boise's, unbelievable and the success, and it ain't slowing down anytime soon. So that's a positive.
Tell folks about your background. I know some people are familiar with it, some people aren't, but I know you from the Wyoming area, right? Or at least went to school there, and then connected with Billy Donovan, and that's kind of led one thing to another. Maybe give us the Cliff Notes version of how you got to this point.
Sure, yeah. Small town Wyoming kid, played JUCO for a couple of years, and then went to the University of Wyoming and linked up with a guy by the name of Larry Shyatt, who's a legendary coach. He came from Florida with Coach Donovan. So when I left Wyoming, he sent me out to University of Florida. I was a graduate assistant out there for 2 years, Elite 8, Final 4, unbelievable team, number 1 in the nation for 27 weeks and didn't lose for 3 months, and just special group of guys. And all those assistants and even the support staff there have gone on to be head coaches. So my development years were with unbelievable guys. Then I went to Weber State for 3 years as the director of basketball operations, and loved my time down there, and Coach Ray and Coach Duff, they were great to me. And then moved on up here and been here for 5 years, and feels good to be stepping into a new role. Feel like I'm ready. Feel like my dues have been paid, and it's time to go.
There was a lot written by me and others, and I know I pointed it out the last couple of years, just about the basketball budget compared to other schools in the conference, and the limited number of full-time staff that you guys had. I mean, you guys for a while there, and you're still not near the top, but for a while there, you were literally dead last in the conference, or tied for last in terms of full-time staff members. It was just the coaches and you, and that was pretty much it. The full-time coaches and yourself as the ops guy. But last year, you guys had Lexus Williams to a full-time role. This year, you move, a new role for you and bring in Michael, as you said. I mean, that's 2 full-time positions, in 2 off seasons in a row. And I know to fans, it may not seem like a big deal. It may seem like something small, but what is the commitment, whether it's Leon pushing the envelope and Jeremiah Dickey approving this and how this works, but behind the scenes, what's it like to be see the investment being made in men's basketball, and how do you see stuff like this? Again, fans may see it as small, but this is the kind of stuff that's going to pay off for you guys, down the line.
It's giant. My first year here, we had a student manager as our video guy, and it has grown and grown and grown. And Leon's seen, the Gonzaga model of him growing, and Boise, all those little things behind the scenes, and we're getting more meals for the guys. We're getting more charters. We're getting, staff to be with our players. Those 2 things, hiring Lexus Williams, a former player, unbelievable dude, to be with our guys, and Michael Johnson, who's been in the ops role for 3 years at Utah Valley and is just a stud. Those little things are unbelievable, and it'll just keep progressing this thing to another level. If we want to maintain success, it's been amazing that Coach Rice has been able to been in the top 3 in the Mount West for last 6 years. To stay at that high level, to sustain that success, you have to put in some resources and stuff. And Jeremiah and Cody, they've gone out and done that. And it feels like we're putting stuff in place to just keep building on this thing. We know what's successful. And so now, now putting our money into the food and the staffing and the charters. It's been awesome.
Well, we know you're working camp. This is your last time getting that cash grab from camp, man. You got the camps, the summer camps. The kids are there. I know that's help way to supplement some of your guys' income, but I'm sure the new paycheck, the new role is going to be suiting you well here moving forward. And congratulations. And before we let you go, maybe give us a quick synopsis or quick just summer update on how the current team is looking and just your thoughts on the group that you guys are putting together, getting ready to go into the season here.
Yeah, we're on week 7 of our summer access. So we get them here for 7-8 weeks. Next week will be 8 weeks, and they're in the weight room. They're getting bigger. They're getting stronger. Really, really like our team. Kind of like that we're under the radar a little bit, coming, from a Mountain West tournament champion and regular season champion. You feel like, you have a little bit more respect coming in, but you got guys like Marcus Shaver and Ty Dagenhart and Shabudu Agba and Lucas Milner and Max Rice and the young core. We had all of our young wings and guards developing for a year and a half now going into the season. So if they didn't get game reps, they got a year and a half of developmental reps to this point, and they're rearing to go. And it's just been competition every day. They know there's some spots up for grab. So it's go time there. And so things have been good. And we got Mohamed Silla in, and he's fully immersed in our thing. And he's at camp walking around. He's 6'11", walking around with 5 and 6 year olds, having the time of his life. And it's been so good just having our guys together for these 7 weeks. And we'll give them a little break here in August. And once we're back on August 20th, I guess it's full go.
Well, don't forget about us little folks once you become a big-time head coach, David. Appreciate it, man. Been fun to see you kind of move up the ladder a little bit here, and I know it's obviously not going to be the last step for you, so we really appreciate your time. Excited to see how it works out with the new role and with Michael, and obviously with basketball season. We saw the tournament bracket come out yesterday, so for there in Myrtle Beach, and it's going to be fun to see this season get closer and closer. And as you said, yeah, nobody's really talking about you guys coming off the Mountain West championship team, maybe with some of the folks you lost, but I know you got a lot of hungry guys, chips on their shoulder to try to go back-to-back here, so it should be a lot of fun, and it'll be here before we know it, man. We appreciate your time, and congratulations again.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Go Broncos.
Well, there he was, David Moats, and we appreciate him for joining us on the show. Had some comments coming through. Yes, the interview was taped yesterday, so I apologize that I could not get all those on the screen. Bob's asking what time is Kenny Chesney. My guy Bob Berry, man, he going all caps today. I guess Kenny Chesney's playing tonight in Boise. I don't believe it's over at Extra Mile Arena though, so it's in Nampa, I believe. So I'm not sure if he's going to make it over to play basketball with the team in a pickup as well. Jordan was asking about season ticket sales, and they're almost to 1,000 new season tickets, by the way. Now I don't know how many are going to renew. They've lost some in years past due to the pandemic, but to almost add 1,000 new season tickets, I mean, that's massive. I mean, you think about it, the stadium only seats, the arena only seats, 12,000. So when you're talking about 1,000 new season tickets, I mean, it's, I've said it before. I've been to every venue in the Big 12, covering Kansas, went to 100 games at Allen Fieldhouse. When Extra Mile Arena is packed and rocking, it's as loud as any arena I've been to. San Diego State gets rocking there. They have great energy. But you get a big-time game in Extra Mile Arena with the 3 levels and the way the seating is, it's as loud as any arena in the country. Unfortunately, it hasn't been that packed in recent years. And so if they can get to a point where they're, packing Extra Mile Arena on a more consistent basis, I think that's, a huge deal for Boise State basketball. And so obviously I think we're all admitting the team is probably not going to be quite as good as last year. But I still think they're going to compete near the top of the league standings and, could win the league again. If you get big contributions from some of your newcomers, they lost a lot. I mean, no one's going to deny that when losing Acott, losing Kejab, and losing Mladen Armouche. But, you bring in Agbo from Texas Tech, who by all accounts has looked great. You bring in Mohamed Silla at center. You got Sada and Ganga coming in. it really is a game changer when Extra Mile Arena is packed, and I think there's a chance this year with the almost 1,000. They're over 900, I know, so it's almost 1,000 new season ticket holders. And if they can, start getting a consistent, definitely the second deck, but if they can start getting into that third deck on a consistent basis, they can start getting the students to show up. I know we got to get through football season first, but I think the basketball team, if they can figure out a way to get the students to start showing up on a regular basis, it's going to be a huge deal for this basketball team. And I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to basketball season, looking forward to football season. Bronco Nation News, the plan is to be at every home and road basketball and football game this year. There's one conflict already. We're going to send Colin Mitchell to the Wyoming football game, and I'm going to go to Myrtle Beach for the basketball tournament. There's a potential conflict on December 3rd if Boise State football's in the Mountain West Championship. That's the same night as the Boise State Texas A&M basketball game, so that may be a game we can't get to, but our goal is to get to every home and road basketball game that don't conflict with each other this season. So we're excited. We'll be at every practice, fall camp, starting here in a couple of days. Monday is media day for the football team again with all the coaches. So if you are not a subscriber, I hope you'll consider $1 a week. Just $52 for a full year using that promo code Media Days. We've still got it active. We'll switch to one for fall camp as well, but it'll be the same price. So you might as well use this one. Media Days is the promo code, and just $1 a week will get you exclusive content. Again, we're going to be putting a lot of our written articles behind the paywall starting with fall camp. And we will have, the show here obviously is free, and we hope you're enjoying that, hoping you're supporting the sponsors, but hopefully you will consider supporting us. $1 a week, $52 for a full year using the promo code Media Days. And again, that allows us to go to all the road games, go to Media Days, be able to pay for Jay Tust and Prater and Johnny and all these guys, as I talked about earlier. So hopefully folks will consider, like what they see, and consider subscribing. And just go to bronconationnews.com / I guess just bronconationnews.com. Then you can find the subscribe link there. Zach Price asking if I flipped a coin for Laramie versus Myrtle Beach in November. It was a combination of things. I'm not a huge fan of Laramie. It's a hard trip to get to. You got to fly to Denver and drive 2 hours. I know Myrtle Beach is a longer flight, but you get, you're more bang for your buck probably in Myrtle Beach too. You get 3 games in the tournament versus 1 game for football. And I think it also shows, the basketball team is never in a million years would we have picked a basketball trip over a football game. But I think this is early in the season, still a lot of interest around the basketball team. And again, we'll have Colin Mitchell going to Laramie for the football game. So we'll still have live coverage on site at the football game. I will just be going to the basketball tournament. And yes, Myrtle Beach over Laramie in November, that probably had a little bit to do with it as well. Never been. Looking forward to going. Never been out there. So, it should be a lot of fun. Hey, appreciate everybody for checking out the episode. Thank you to David Moats for joining us. We're still trying to make this better. So, I'd love to make it longer and better, and we'll see what we can do. So if anyone ever has suggestions or thoughts, please email me. Constructive criticism. As much as I joked with that V guy, mostly because he was ripping me in the email, I actually do enjoy criticism if it's, constructive and can help me get better. So if you have any suggestions, ideas, how to make Bronco Nation News better, whether it be this show, whether it be the website, please email me, rains@bronconationnews.com. It's just RAINS at bronconationnews.com. We would love to continue to build this site. We're really excited about the direction we're going. We're over 500 paid subscribers now. Our goal for year one was 250, and we're already over 500 paid subscribers in less than 7 months. So it's going to be a fun football season. It gets going on Monday with media days, and then we'll have interviews and all that. So as I said, hope you'll subscribe to the website. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. That's free and easy. Just go to youtube.com/Bronco Nation News, click subscribe, and then anytime we have a live broadcast, you'll get notified. But more importantly, all of the press conference interviews and things like that after practice, and we're talking to players and coaches. We can't show all that on the show, but we'll put all that up on our YouTube channel. So you get a ton of content if you just go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Make sure you do that. We really appreciate it. And support the sponsors. You see some of them behind me on the screen here. We have 5 major sponsors that we're very thankful to have. Transportation Compliance Service, Lithia Ford of Boise, the Blue and Orange Store, Idaho Central Credit Union, and of course, our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. So hopefully you'll subscribe, you'll subscribe to us, but also please go support the sponsors. We don't have a show if we don't have sponsors. And again, I heard from someone that there's too many advertisements on the show. It is what it is, folks. I apologize, but the sponsors are what allows this program to be free every day. So I think you can put up with a minute or two of ads in the middle of the show if it means getting to get all this content for free. So appreciate everybody for checking out the show. Please spread the word. Tell your friends. Bronco Nation News. We're trying to keep building this thing, and now the football season is here. I think this thing's going to take off here, so we're really excited. And again, Monday we'll have coverage all day of all the different interviews and things like that throughout the day. We'll get those on Tuesday's show as well. So. I'm going to see if we can go live Monday. Maybe we can get Coach Avalos interview live. I'm working on that. I'll see what we can do if we can go live with Coach Avalos press conference on Monday. That'd be kind of fun. I think folks would like that. So let me know. Here's Jordan chiming in. Grateful to the sponsors making the content available. Sponsors help pay the bills. Yes, they do. So we have some other cool sponsors. We have verbally agreed to a studio sponsorship as well. So I think that's going to be an exciting one for fans when they hear about that. So yes, please go support the sponsors. And when you do, tell them that you heard about it on Bronco Nation News so they know that their advertisements are working. We'll keep this thing rolling. But I'm very, very excited about football season. We have some cool things planned. I have a very special guest that I'm going to announce pretty soon. Will be joining me on the post-game shows. Someone that everybody here is very, very familiar with if you're a Boise State fan for the last 20 years, will be joining us on site for the post-game shows for home games. I'm just really excited about that and some other things we're working on. We are potentially looking at a happy hour event in Corvallis too. If anybody's going to Corvallis, we're looking to maybe do a happy hour event there. So a lot of cool things in the works. Appreciate everybody for checking us out. And again, support the sponsors. Go to BroncoNationNews.com. If you like what you see, hopefully you'll consider a subscription. Make sure to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, as the YouTubers say on YouTube as well. And we'll keep this thing rolling. Now, we got 2 more shows before we get into kind of fall camp coverage. We'll have Mike Prater joining me tomorrow and then Jay Tust on Friday. So Mike Prater on his normal Thursday appearance, Jay Tust on Friday. And yes, we do have some work to do on the message boards. We've had some spammers trying to work on the spammers. I apologize for that. Building a website is not my forte. I'm a writer and a podcast host, and there's some other folks that do that behind the scenes. We have had a couple spammers infiltrate the message boards, and as soon as I see it, I try to delete them. I am working on that. And I hope to be a more active participant in the message boards and posting on a more regular basis during fall camp. So hopefully you'll check out the message boards. You'll leave some comments, some questions there. Let's start some discussions, and we will, hopefully get that rocking and rolling as well. So appreciate everybody. Have a great day. If news breaks sooner, we'll fire the live show back up with breaking news if anything happens with conference realignment or whatever else. Otherwise, we'll be back 9 a.m. tomorrow with Mike Prater. And then 9 a.m. Friday with Jay Tust. And we're inching closer, 7 days away from the start of fall camp. Get excited, folks, because football is almost here for the Boise State football team. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to you. We will talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.